messaged me like, Tom messaged me and he's like, do you know Jake? I'm like, no. And then Jake messaged me like, do you know Tom? And I'm like, no. So I'm denying both of them, and they're both just like, wow, like wow. But it was
Period. Real bitch, fuck got a nigga. Real bitch, fuck got a nigga. Real bitch, fuck got a nigga. Real bitch, give a fuck got a nigga. Real bitch, fuck got a nigga. Fuck got a nigga. Fuck got a nigga.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is a wonderful day. I don't know why it is a wonderful day. I'm just saying it's a wonderful day, but I guess it's a wonderful day because I am alive. Like, another day with your girl. I did this install on camera, so don't even worry about it. But like, it's a Friday night. I'm not doing anything, so you know, it's typical of Ashley. I don't know if my lips are looking dry on camera, but they're feeling dry. You know, it's typical of Ashley to just get ready and do makeup. Like, you know what I need to actually buy? I need to buy one of the mirror to like put right here, because this big mirror is right here, but when I have the camera right here, it's so hard to, I don't know, that's why I keep having to like take out like my makeup stuff to actually do like my brows and stuff. But that's not what this video is about, so let's not even concentrate on that right now. I feel like I'm gonna do a story time. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys about a time when, this was back in high school though. Like, let me tell y'all, when I was like in, honestly, like first form, so like the 7th grade to the like 7th grade and 8th grade. At that time, I didn't really care about like having like a serious relationship or whatever. Like, when I tell y'all I was a player, like, it's not even a joke thing. Like, I was. And I wasn't like that, to be honest. Like, at first I wasn't into like the whole boyfriend thing or whatever. At first I really didn't care about boyfriend, and then my first actual boyfriend that I had, that nigga, yeah, my is disgusting. When I tell you, I don't know if he's still disgusting, but that nigga was so disgusting. It was so annoying. Just imagine you don't normally have, you're not normally in the boyfriend thing, and then the first boyfriend you have was like a disgusting mother. Like, just imagine. He used to have like beer girls. Like, when I tell you beer girls, and at this point I was in like the 6th grade. I have to tell you guys about a time when his disgusting behavior was just too disgusting for me. Like, he was so disgusting to the point where he used to play soccer, football, and he used to invite me to like his matches or whatever, and I'm telling you, like, I used to just stay to myself, not want to talk to nobody, and this nigga forced me to go to one of his soccer matches. And tell me why I'm there, and I'm at the soccer match. Hold on. Yeah, so growing up, my grandmother would not let me out the house. Like, if I wanted to go somewhere, I used to have to lie to get out the house. Okay, that's number one. So just imagine you wanna impress your boyfriend, so you're just like, you know what, I don't know how I'm gonna get out the house, but I'm gonna find a way to get out the house. Let me just do like my brows, and then, because I don't know if I could do it while I'm talking. Okay, I don't remember where I was, but I think it was, I don't know. But growing up, my grandmother never used to let me out the house, so I used to have to tell beer lie to get out the house and whatever. So I think that was one of the reasons why too, I never really cared for like having boyfriends or whatever, because it was just like it wouldn't make any sense, because it's not like I would have been able to see them or whatever. So I was just like, you know what, I don't really care for any boyfriend, to be honest. So I didn't have any boyfriend, and then he would like, this nigga knew like I didn't care for, I don't know if he knew that I didn't care for a boyfriend, but he tried so hard to get me to talk to him. And like I honestly didn't want to talk to him, because I wanted to just go about my day and be the typical girl that I was in like primary school. I don't know if it's the same thing at elementary school, but primary school, you know, just go to school, do my work, go back home. Like I participated in every little thing at school. Like I was in debate, I was in like everything productive. That was my life. And I don't know why I didn't just stick to that, but for some reason this nigga called me into getting in a relationship with him. And I was just like, you know what, whatever, I'll give it a try. Worse, I wouldn't say a worse mistake, because the reason why I talked to him, it was because he was so funny and he made me laugh. And that's a thing with me. Once you can make me laugh, is like, yup, I'ma date you. Well, not literally, but if you like me and like you're trying to talk to me or whatever, and you can make me laugh, like, I'm all for you, okay? So it wasn't all bad, because he was very funny. Like when he used to call me and stuff, like we used to have fun times on the phone, because again, he used to make me laugh all the time. But what came with the laughing and the fun times was not cute, okay? And let me tell you how much of a hoe this nigga was. Like, he was on the soccer team, so obviously, you know, when you're a ball player or whatever, all the girls love you off and you're the shit or whatever you want to claim yourself to be. But like, he was so annoying. Like, he had bare girls, like bare girls, to the point where one time he invited me to his soccer game, and I went to his soccer game, and tell me why. And like I said, my grandparent didn't, like, she didn't let me get out of the house for no reason, like for fun or whatever. Like, to get out of the house was a hassle. Like, you literally have to make up like a lie, you have to do like a lot of things to get out of the house. So just imagine the hassle I went through just to go to this guy's soccer game. I'm at the soccer game, you know, he's paying or whatever. At that time he had I remember specifically what he had a straw in his mouth or whatever. So that's how I knew exactly who this girl was talking about. So I'm at the soccer game watching whatever. My friends were there, because my friends also had like boyfriends on the soccer team. So that was another reason why I even wanted to go too. But obviously mainly for him. So I'm at the soccer game, watching the soccer game, and this girl, like, there was two girls and they were sitting like behind me, and one of the girls kept on, like, they kept on, for the whole game they were just talking about this guy on the field, but like, I honestly did not know who they were talking about. Like, I was just minding my business, not caring, until I'm there, and I only heard one of the girls, like, he had the straw in his mouth or whatever, and then like he stopped, and the girl was like, seemed that the one with the straw in her mouth. So I'm there, and I'm just like, and the girls were just going off, like they were just talking like a bunch of like they were just talking casually, because they didn't know who I was, or at this point I don't even know if they knew me, because he was such a hoe. I don't even know if he had told them and they just didn't care. Like, I just didn't know. So the girls were there and they were just like, the one with the straw in his mouth or whatever, and I'm there, don't know what to do, shocked, because it's just like, So I literally just went through this whole process just to come here to support you. And I don't even know if I get home, if I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, I don't know if I'm about to get some beatings. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen to me, but I literally risked my life to come watch your soccer game only to hear these girls in the back talking about you. So you know, I was furious. So I left. Like, I got up and just started walking away. And I remember he was paying, and he stopped and looked at me, and he was just like, where you going? And I'm just like, nigga, please. Like, I'm leaving. And I left. So that's just the backstory on the type of nigga he was. And then we stopped, and for some reason, like, we talked for long. Like, we literally talked for long, probably for like 6 years. We did. Like, we actually talked. Like, we left, because even like, it was a thing where even after we left primary school and went to high school, like, for some reason we always got back to texting each other or whatever. But he was the first one that made me not trust guys. Like, not trust guys. So fast forward, I'm in high school, whatever, not caring, because again, he was my first boyfriend and he did that to me. So it was just like, okay, so it's obvious I can't trust any nigga. So at this point, I didn't really care for a relationship, because my last serious relationship wasn't what I wanted it to be, and I wasn't not trying to get played. So guess what your girl did? Turned into the player. I don't even know if this is gonna darken, but yeah, I literally started, like, I didn't care for anything. Like, guys would try to talk to me, and I'm like, you talking to me is just, you're just setting up yourself. That was where I was, like, not caring about anything, just being wild. And I wasn't having sex with them guys, like, I wasn't, but I was just being wild, because this nigga done crushed me from primary school. So I was not into the whole being loyal thing. Like, that was just a no for me. So fast forward, I'm in high school now, whatever. We weren't talking for like a long time, probably for like 2 years. And for some reason, this nigga got back my number and we started talking again. But this time, you know, I was already prepared for him. Like, I knew how he was, so like, he wasn't finna come and cause any problems anymore, because like, nigga, I know your tricks, I know your tricks, and it's not gonna work anymore. So I was talking to this other guy. I'ma call him Jake. Yeah. So I was talking to Jake, and Jake was so nice. Like, he was so nice. Like, honestly, looking back, oh shit. Like, but sorry, Jake, you have to blame. I'ma call the next one, the player. I'ma call him for some reason I just want to call his real name, but no, I won't. I'ma call him Tom. Okay, so Tom, because of Tom and what Tom did to me from primary school, like, when I was talking to Drake, like, it took me a while to trust him, and even then, like, it was just so hard for me to trust him. I'm gonna cut my cream and I'll come back. Okay, so because I keep stopping, I keep forgetting where I am or where I was. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so I was talking to Jake, which is the nice guy, and Tom, which is the disgusting mother effer. And I was talking to Jake first, but like I said, because of Tom, I never really trusted anybody. So like, I didn't care what Jake wanted to tell me. Like, everything he told me would just go through one ear and go through, like, it would just come through one ear and go through the next. Like, I just didn't care. because again, I just didn't trust him. So Drake, I was talking to Jake, and like he was so sweet. Like he would give me, like he's the type of guy that I remember he used to give me like every holidays. Like I used to get Easter gift, I used to get Valentine's Day gift, but for some reason Drake will just like, and I felt like he knew that I was like a hard person to like it was so hard for me to like open up to you and just show you love. Like it was just hard because of that stupid idiot. And I think he knew, but he low-key wanted it. Like he wanted to try so hard. Like he wanted me to love him so hard. Like I felt like it was just a thing where he kept telling himself that eventually I'm gonna come around or whatever. Like I feel like that's what it was, or I don't know. But he just for some reason just wouldn't give up. Like he loved me. And then I found myself messaging Tom. I don't know why, but I don't know, I felt like it was just the excitement that it gave me. I found myself messaging him and I was having fun because it's a thing where I already knew he's a player, so like we're both playing the same game, and I think it got to the point where we were just trying to see who's better at the game. I felt like that's what it was. Like we were, because for some reason we just wouldn't stop talking to each other, but at the same time we knew we were toxic for each other, but we just didn't care. We just kept going because again, we wanted to see who was better at the game. But like in the middle of it, like people, you know, got caught in the middle of it, and unfortunately Jake was like in the middle, and I was so sad. Like honestly, like I was sad, but at one point I was like, I mean, I don't know what you're doing, you know. Like that's the excuse I kept telling myself still, like I don't know what you're doing. And again, because of this idiot, I never trust nobody. Tom was just like, I remember it was a time when like one time he saw me standing, like school was over or whatever. I was still going to high school at this point, and we were talking supposedly, but I was still talking to Jake, and obviously Tom was doing his thing too. So I remember I was talking and I was standing up across the road. We were supposed to meet up. Yeah, I remember we were supposed to meet up. I don't know why he wanted to meet up, but I guess he wanted to just, I don't remember why we were meeting up. I think we were just meeting up just to see each other because we haven't seen each other in a long time or whatever, because we went to 2 different high schools. So we met up and whatever, and well, while I was waiting on him, because my school was closer to the town area where we were supposed to meet up. My school was closer to the town area, so obviously I was gonna be there before him. And I got there before him, but Jake wanted to see me. So I was just like, okay, I would see Jake, and then when Jake leaves to go home or whatever, I will go to Tom and talk to Tom. Side note, I never used to have sex with them. Like I used to just talk to them as in text and kiss or whatever, but never used to like have sex with them. I wasn't that child. Like I said, even though people thought that I was like brave and stuff, like I was very shy, and a lot of people didn't know that about me. Like I was very shy when it comes on to like, I don't know, that's just how I was. Okay, so I was supposed to meet up with Tom, but Jake was in the town area before Tom. So, and obviously I was thinking more of Jake's feelings than Tom's, because Tom's was disgusting and he was disgusting and he just didn't care about anything. So I wasn't really thinking about his feelings, to be honest. Like I didn't care, because again, he's a hoe. So I wanted to make sure like Jake was okay, and you know, I kind of in a way prioritized Jake so he could, you know, I could talk to him, be with him for a little bit, and then he went home because I think he had soccer practice or whatever. So, and yeah, it's important that you guys know that he also plays soccer to hear like what's, you know, what happened or whatever. Yeah, I was supposed to meet up with Tom or whatever, but Drake was already in the town area, so I met up with Jake and I chill with him for a bit. And then while I thought he was gonna leave early, but for some reason he didn't leave early. He stayed longer than I thought he would. I was like, oh my gosh, shit, Tom's gonna come and he's gonna, like, you know, see me with them and it's gonna cause problem or whatever. So he didn't know. I don't think he saw his face though, because I remember I was standing up and Jake's, like, Tom reached into the town area. He left school, got there, and was on the other side of the road waiting while I was on the next side standing up talking to Jake. So Jake's back was turned, so he didn't see, because I think I was standing right at the taxi that Jake was, because Jake was about to go home and the taxi wasn't ready yet, so I was standing up talking to him until it was time for him to leave. So he was standing like right at the taxi and I was standing there, but his back was turned toward, like, he was turned towards me, facing me, and Tom was over there. So Tom had no clue who he was, and he messaged me. Tom messaged me and he was just like, oh, I'm supposed to meet you and you're over there talking to a nigga, blah blah blah, you're talking to a guy, what are you doing? You don't rate me, blah blah blah, just going off, doing the most. And I'm just like, yo, relax. Like, I remember that's exactly what I said. I was just like, relax yourself, because sir, don't act like you're not doing shit too, so relax. He never, like, he kept telling, like, he kept messaging me like back to back to back to back, and it was just like, I don't remember exactly how it went down, but I remember he messaged me telling me like he was mad that I'm standing over there with some guy, because I guess he was over there with his friends or whatever, whoever it was with. He was with his friends and they were like, you know, they obviously knew me because we all went to primary school together. So they knew who I was. So everybody was just looking like, isn't that Ashley? Isn't that who you're supposed to meet up with or whatever? Like, that was the thing. But it was just like, I didn't care because, again, Jake was my main priority. Tom doesn't have any feelings, so why you're acting like you're feeling anything? You're not feeling anything, so relax. So I didn't move or whatever. I ended up staying where Jake was, and when the taxi left with Jake, that's when I went over to Tom. This is how brave I was and how much I didn't care. I still went over to Tom. Like, I still went over to Tom and I still went to go talk to him, and he was pissed, like just talking a bunch of shit, like, oh, you're bright, who do you think you are, standing over there talking to some nigga while I'm supposed to meet you, and now you're coming over here talking to me. Like, that was just in my face, and he didn't, like, doing the most. And I don't remember what I said to him exactly, because this was like a long time ago, when I was probably in the 8th grade, I think, probably, or the 7th grade, I'm not sure. But this was like a long time ago, maybe 2009, 2010. One of those years. So like 10 years ago. Yo! That was 10 years ago. Like, I'm not even... Wow. Time is just going. But yeah, like, I still went over there and he was so pissed, doing the most, talking a bunch of crap, and I was just like, why are you acting like you care? You do not care. Like, stop acting like you care. All of a sudden you have feelings? Sir, where is the Tom that I knew? Like, you know, why are you acting like you have feelings now? Acting like, oh, you care so much about your heart. No, you don't. Like, get the fuck out of here. I don't know. I think we ended up just leaving or whatever, because he was just getting mad, and I don't remember how that day ended. But the real event happened when it was, I think it was August I remember, I think it was August or whatever. It was around August time, and because we have a thing in Jamaica where I'm from. It's called Demby Showground. I don't remember if it's probably August. In August, Demby Showground I always keep. I don't know, but I think it was in August. I think it was in August. I'm not sure. So we had a thing. It was almost like a fete where you went and they had like rides and like a lot of stuff happening, and you know, you go there and you take, like, you have fun with your friends or whatever. So it was around that time, and Jake, I was still talking to Jake, and obviously Tom, for some reason, just never left. I don't know, I felt like, and that's how I knew he probably wanted to talk to me, like, actually as like a full-on girlfriend, but just didn't know how to settle and like commit to a relationship, but he wanted one. I don't know, it was just so weird with him, like, I don't know, like. And then he kept on telling me, like, now when I talk to him, he's always like, oh, it's your fault, blah 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 blah, always making it seem like it's my fault. Like, nigga, it's your fault, you started this, I just finished it. Okay. So I remember it was around the time when Demby Showground was gonna happen, and everybody's just figuring out their girlfriend situation, like who they're gonna take and whatever. I remember I told you guys that Jake also plays soccer. So it was a thing where they were playing like community soccer game, and I swear to God, I had no idea that they both knew each other. Like, I had no idea. So they're playing soccer or whatever, and I think it was and at that moment they both were texting me. Oh gosh. I think the two of them were texting me at the same time. Yeah, so they were both texting me, and for some reason they kept asking me, like, who am I going to, like Tom was messaging me asking me if I wanted to go to the I think they were both talking about the Demby show and who they're going to take or whatever. So they both were texting me, kind of asking me, like, who, like, am I gonna go? Like, Tom was messaging me asking me if I'm gonna go with him, and Jake was messaging me asking me if I'm gonna go with him or whatever. For some reason it felt so weird, because I'm like, why are they both asking me the same thing? But bear in mind, I did not know that they were beside each other texting me. Like, again, I didn't know they were friends. Like, I did not know. So, but it just felt weird how both of them were asking me this, almost like the same questions, like, am I gonna go with them or whatever. So I felt that was weird, but like, again, I was just replying to them like normal, because I didn't know what was happening, to be honest. I felt the vibe, but just didn't know, and I was just like, nah, they don't know each other. Like, it can't be, like, no way. So I'm there and I'm messaging them, but later on I found out what really happened was they were both like talking, like who they're gonna take to like the show. So I guess Jake was like, oh, I have a new girlfriend now, and I have a new girlfriend now, and I'm gonna take her, blah 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 blah, like talking. And then Tom was saying the same thing too. He has a girlfriend that he wants to take, and whatever. Jake now, I don't remember who first pulled out my picture. I think it was Jake. Was it? I think it was him. Like, he's so nuff. I'm like, yo, why is so nuff? Like, you just nuff. But I think he pulled out my picture and, you know, was showing. Cause no, I think what happened was they're saying, like, you know, I have a girlfriend and her name is Ashley, and she goes to Glenmuir and she's bro, or describing me to Tom. And remember, Tom, like, he knew me from primary school. So like from pretty much from like the third grade. Like, he knew me for long. So like, he knew as soon as Jake started like describing me, he kind of wait, you know, like, he had that vibe. So Jake's there describing me, not knowing, and then Tom was just like, wait, show me a picture. So Jake showed me a picture, showed him the picture, and then Tom is just like, oh, she's my girlfriend, and I'm talking to her about that. This is the girl that I was talking about that I want to take to the show, blah blah blah. Now they're going back and forth like, oh shit, you know, like, fuck, what's happening, blah blah blah. Now they both start messaging me, like, Tom messaged me and he's like, do you know Jake? I'm like, no. And then Jake messaged me like, do you know Tom? And I'm like, no. So I'm denying both of them, and they're both just like, wow, like, wow. But it was so fucked because they were both beside each other, messaging me, asking me if I know each other, if I know them, and I was just like, no. Like, Tom's asking me, I'm like, no, I don't know who's that. And Jake is asking me, I'm like, no, I don't know who that is. There is so, like, especially Tom. But Jake had the type of personality where he would like, okay, let's talk about this. What are we going to do? You have to like stop talking to him. Like, you have to promise you're not gonna talk to him anymore, blah blah. Wow, Tom on next time was just like, who the fuck I think I deal with you to a blood clot bride, blah 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 blah. Just like got in because Tom had the more aggressive character about him. He had the more aggressive character. Not knowing what to do at this point, I was just like, yo, the player is just getting played at this point, because I'm like, I don't know what to do and I didn't know what to reply, so I just stopped replying to both of them. And I was just like, you know what, at this point I'm not gonna talk to either of them. Like, I'm gonna stop talking to Jake, I'm gonna start talking to Tom. Like, fuck both of them. That's where I was at this point. I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna talk to any of them. But Jake kept on telling me, oh, I should just promise him that I'm not gonna talk to Tom anymore. And then Tom called me and Tom was just like, you're not talk to him no more. If ever you say I talk to him, a problem, just going off. I went. And because I was in high school, like, this shit excites me, and I was just like, yay. We can't leave. Looking back, that was so disgusting of me, and I was just like, yeah, go Tom. And Tom was just like, you're not talk to him anymore. And Jake is like, oh, you better not talk. He had a more sweet approach to it, and I was just like, all right, Jake, you really can't manage me, so I just can't go talk to you. In the end, I stopped talking to Jake though, and still had Tom on the side, because it was just like, he was more, I don't know, I think because in high school I was reckless, so like Tom had the more, I don't know, he had the vibe that I like look at excitement with a badmanship on him, something there. Yeah. I think that's what I like. So Jake was too soft for me, you know, like he wouldn't have survived still, because I found it hard to trust. So like even after that, like I still didn't care. So I knew I wasn't like going to be like an actual girlfriend to Jake, and he was like a nice person, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just let Jake go. And he was so sad, like he was like, no, we could just talk about it, you just don't have to talk to him anymore. Well, like they were both telling me pretty much that they will still talk to me. It's just the approach was different. Like, you know, Jake was more of a sweet approach, trying to get me to still be with him, but in a sweet way. While Tom on the next end was trying to do the same thing, but just doing it in the bad man way, which I liked better, which is so sad. But like, I was in high school, you know, like I'm not understanding. In high school, you don't know what you want, you know what I'm saying? You feel like you want the bad man lifestyle, you feel like you want the person that's gonna be rough towards you, and then growing up, you're like, when you grow up, you're just like, ah, shit, I can't manage this lifestyle. Like, I can't take no more bond, like, I'm tired for you bond, like, I'm just tired, I can't do no more. But trust me, like I feel like even after that, me and Jake probably went on for a good 2 years still doing the same foolishness back to back. Like we were just wild. Like I don't know what was wrong with us, but we just didn't, like, we just couldn't leave each other alone. Like, we couldn't. And we knew we're not gonna be together forever. Like, we knew what we were doing was just wrong, but we just never stopped talking to each other. Like, we couldn't, like. But in the end, like, I was the better player, because even after that, he still kept talking to me. So, you know. At one point, Tom's feelings, like, I don't know, I think it was because he had strong feelings for me, but just didn't know how to show it. But by the time he was ready to show it, like, I didn't care about having feelings anymore, because nigga, you've already broken me before I even started dating fully. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, you can't come back from that, really. He was so disgusting to the point where I remember when I started talking to a next guy, he literally told me that, okay, if I can't get you, then nobody else is gonna talk to you. And I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, bro, get out of here. And he said that to me, and then after, he tried to pull a stunt. And I was so mad. I don't even want to talk about what. I'm not gonna say what he did, or maybe I'll say it just in another story time, not in this one, because this one's already long, I think. But yeah, this is the end of my story time of how I used to be a player back in high school. And guys, do not, if you know you're in a toxic situation like what me and Tom was in, do not stay in it. Like, at this point in your life, you're not supposed to be doing that, because like, it's just not worth it. You know what I'm saying? In high school, it was whatever, because I was having fun and I didn't really care about anything. Like, we weren't, I don't know, like, I felt like our brains were still maturing and developing, so it wasn't a thing where, I don't know, I felt like we knew what we were doing, but our minds still needed a little bit more developing, because if it was fully developed, then we probably would not have been in that situation. But I don't know. Yeah, do not stay in that type of situation. If you're in it right now, you trying to figure out if you're the better player or he's the better player, like, no, don't do it. Right now, I wouldn't do that. No. But back in high school, I was having fun. Like, it was just a thing where, and it's not like, no one could say that I'm a hoe or whatever, because one, I never used to have sex with these guys. Like, I just used to talk to them and text them. Like, that's exactly what I used to do. And I didn't care, because Tom was a hoe. So we were both just doing what we love doing, you know, messing around. And at the same time, we were just trying to make, honestly, I felt like we loved each other, but we just didn't know how to say it, or didn't know how to go about it, because we were just so stupid. So we just kept on playing with each other, and call each other still, talk to each other in the nighttime, acting like we're in a full, loyal, commit relationship, like we're committed to each other and all of that. And then in the daytime, we're all on the ball. Like, I don't know, it was just so weird. But that's the end of my story time. If you guys want to see or hear more story time, because I have a lot more, like, it was like, there was so many incidents with me and Tom. So if you guys want to hear more about me and Tom, then let me know, and I will definitely, you know, share more story. But before you guys go anywhere, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you are notified whenever I post, hit that thumbs up button if you like this video, and leave all your comments down below, because sis, we're trying to get to 10K. okay? We're trying to get to 10K, so please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, okay? But yeah, once again, thank you guys, and I will definitely see you guys in my next one. That could be a thumbnail. No. No. What do you guys think? That wasn't. I'm trying to do like a player thumbnail, but how do you pose like a player? I don't know. I don't know. You know what? The first thumbnail that I used or that I did, that's exactly the one that you think I don't give a fuck. Okay, bye.
You got it, girl. You got it. Yo, Smalls, turn up, bro. You gotta pay it,